Hey, coming up next with Carroll Hotline, I got my man KJ Adams, Westlake basketball. KJ family, I appreciate you jumping on the show, man.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
KJ, you already a legend, and this 5 minutes ain't gonna be long enough, man. But what are you doing to stay safe and in shape during the COVID thing?
Well, I'm usually working out with my guy Zach Urbanus with BTY, shooting up at an outdoor court with like 2 or 3 people, and then usually get on with my girl, train for the game, Jess. I usually work out with her at home, so that's about it with all that stuff. But I do that about 2 times a day, and then I'm straight for the rest of the day, and then go on to school.
Yeah. So what? I mean, like the recruiting. Obviously, everybody is pining for you, but it's a weird time. Like, what is that like?
It's weird because they call me way more than usual, so that's interesting because they're all bored, so they got no time to go with their recruits. But they call me. I've been doing some Zoom calls with Georgetown and Minnesota, and one with Arkansas. So that's really cool.
Now, no, everybody, of course, they're going to want you to go to UT, of course. You know, I'm not saying that's, like, not bad, but, man, just having, like, dog, because I grew up, like, a big-time Hoyas fan, like, you know, Pat Ewing, Dikembe Mutombo. I mean, like, even, like, going back and watching old games. Do you have that kind of, like, old-school college knowledge? I mean, or do you prefer, like, did you grow up liking a specific school?
Well, my mom went to Texas A&M, so I grew up being an Aggie, but that really doesn't really matter because I really didn't have a dream school.
Okay.
So that's really hard to pick. So that makes my recruiting really hard, but really fair at the same time. So it's just hard balancing everything with school, trying to stay in Texas, and just living up my dreams. So that's hard at the same time. Yeah.
By the way, KJ Adams, Westlake on the phone, bro. And when you talk about living your dream, I mean everybody wants to, but KJ, you realize that you are actually living the dream. But also, you know, above all, big shout out to Bo Lucero, my little homie, Crystal. Of course, she had a birthday. But can you talk about Coach Lucero and Westlake basketball as a whole?
Definitely, Coach Lucero is my best friend in the basketball world. We talk about a lot of things. He helps me with a lot. He calls me when no one else does because we have that kind of relationship. So that definitely helps. But he's really a great coach and mentor at the same time. So that helps a lot with recruiting and just basketball and use in the daily life.
Yeah. Well, KJ, I especially think next year is going to be so fun because what you and Ian have built, and then you got Connor coming up, and I think it's that sneaky, really good school. I think I think maybe y'all have more expectations this year, but I think y'all gonna take it next year. So I got to go, and I wish this interview could be longer. So I'll try to holler at you later this summer. You shouting out to anybody before you go?
Especially shout out my family, my sisters, my parents. Shout out the Pimp Boys. Shout out McKenna, and shout out all my fans that are rooting for me for next year.
Bro, you got so many fans, and I mean with GB3 going, like the fans need like KJ Adams. So we'll holler at you later this summer, fam. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you everybody.
Hey, turn on. Who that? Who back there? I hung up. Dang it. Okay, I love it when like people in the background of